What's up guys, Miguel here again. I've been getting some requests from some of you guys to do like a 5 things I hate about the Mitsubishi Eclipse. I brought the car out. I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 things. And if you have any more, write it down in the comments, let me know. But let's get started. Alright, so first things first. Sorry to say guys, but it's the owners. This does not conclude to all of us, only a certain percentage, but when people buy these cars, they're so cheap that they have a low barrier to entry, and because of that, you have kids from like high school, no offense guys, but like, you know, kids fresh out of high school that are getting these cars, you know, and they don't have much money and they're working minimum wage jobs, and it's okay, you know, but a certain percentage of us owners do not take care of these properly. So we buy these cars and then we hack them together, we buy eBay parts, you know, we do not do maintenance, which is the biggest reasons why these never run. And you know, they're putting like big turbos on them, they're adding intakes, you know, blow valves, and they're not doing any maintenance on them, and because of that they do not run, you know, correctly. And you have to understand that these cars aren't brand new. They came out like at least 20 years ago, so they're bound to break. That's what people do not understand when they're getting these cars. You know, they see a cool car, oh, like I want to mod it, I want to do all this stuff to it, but do it right. If you get one of these cars, make sure you do all the maintenance, timing belt, all the oils, all the fluids, replace all the vacuum lines, make sure it runs no boost leaks. Everything is on YouTube, everything's on DSM tuners. You could do it, it's super easy. And if you're not mechanically inclined, find a friend. You know, that's how I started out, and have them help you out. All right, so that leads to reason number 2, the reliability. Since these people aren't doing everything correctly, these cars have the reputation for being unreliable, and they break down a lot. You know, there's memes out there of like them being on jack stands or crank walk and all that stuff, but that goes for any car. So these cars are known for breaking down a lot, but that goes back to the reason that, you know, you have people buying them and just straight out modding them instead of doing all the maintenance first, and this in causes a, you know, failure with the engine, transmission, anything. You know, they're older cars, sensors break, it's normal, so expect to do all this stuff. Now, when I started, this was actually a 428 model, so it was a non-turbo. It's a great starter car for some of you guys. If you're not mechanically inclined, I would actually recommend going that route, because that's how I started and that's how I learned all the basics. Once you're a little more mechanically inclined, then you could jump into a GSC or a GSX. But if you're 16, 17, just getting your license, do not get a GSC or GSX. You will regret it, you will sell it, and the cycle's gonna continue. All right, number 3. The famous door handle. So if you own a DSM, you already know these tend to break a lot. Every DSMer I've ever met has replaced one of these one time or another, so expect that if you're getting one. There is a trick though. Believe it or not, I've actually never broken a door handle on this DSM, and I've had it for close to 7 years. So there's a trick to it. So basically, when you get the door handle, pull it open to where it opens, and then grab it from here. And that way you don't put any pressure on the mechanism inside the door handle, and in return you won't break it. So that's what I do, that's what I've done for the last 7 years, and it has never broken on me, so little tip there. Alright, thing number 4. If you have a DSM, you also know the infamous airbag. With sun damage and time, these tend to peel from all 4 corners. The best solution to that is going with the Carbonetics airbag delete. Again, you're going to be getting rid of your airbag, so if you don't want to do that, don't do it. But what I did, I actually JB welded the corners a bit, which I regret now because I wanted to do the airbag delete, and now I don't know how to remove this. So if you guys know how to remove JB weld from like the interior, please let me know, because I want to do the airbag delete. Alright, number 5 is the rear seat space. So unless you have some like 4 or 5-year-old kids, you're really not going to fit anybody back here. There is like no leg room and like no headroom up top. So I've always treated it more of like a 2-seater, and that's really the reason why I put a harness bar back there, and I'm going to be caging it. So if you're getting this car for, you know, to roll around with your friends and have fun, I mean, it's gonna suck for those guys in the back, so just keep that in mind. I was also gonna add This is another reason, which is like the famous DSM latch strut. They could never manage to stay up, which of course is actually a maintenance issue on my end. You get them from a dealer and replace them, which I haven't done yet. Well, I'll do soon. But again, this goes back to maintenance. If you want to get a DSM or plan on getting one, they're great cars. If you're not mechanically inclined, remember, start with a non-turbo model, learn the basics, then jump on to a turbo model. This is actually a GS model. I got it back in 2012 and it's now EVOS swap. So if you want to make power with a non-turbo, it's possible. It's been done, so don't worry about that. And yes, I know the hood's not on and the gas cap's not on, but I dropped off the AB hood, the carbon fiber AB hood at a paint shop, and I'm still waiting for it. So once that's on, I'll put the car back together for you guys. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Let me know what kind of content you want to see. There's a lot of stuff coming for this car and for the Evo. I also want to do other builds, but I'm kind of looking into it right now. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you on the next one.
Listen.